Hello. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. I hope you all are well. Today is January 21st, January 2022. I'm so happy to be here with you all today. Hioho mitakiape, Eva Cordovi machiape, Malakota and Taos Pueblo. My Tama is Joseph Conquilla Cordova. My Ina or my Ka is Patricia Crow Cordova. I am sixth generation from Chief Red Cloud. I'm the owner operator of AC and Associates, and I'm super excited to be here tonight. I'm a mother, a grandmother, a daughter, a community member, a business owner, and I'm a person that's healing. So today is the first day of 2022 where I'm streaming live with you all. And I'm just really glad to be here. I'm really glad to be online. It's taken me 21 days to feel new in the new year. And that happened today with the help of so many different people. So today I thought, I'm healing and I'm in a better place. And I think it's time for me to go online and um, have conversation, share space to um, just be, um, just be. So thank you for being here. Let me know where you're checking in from. Let me know who's here with me. Um, Let me know in the chat. I definitely am thankful to be here again. So if you don't know, my name is Eva Cordova. As I just introduced myself, I'm streaming from Tongva Territory, which is Los Angeles County area, and today is a new day, a new healing. So today's going to be emotional for me. So just know that. Just know that there might be crying, there might be laughing, there might be screaming, whatever there is, there might be something. So I'm here and I'm thankful to see you all. So let me just give you an idea of what it is that I am that I am so just to let you know, I'm struggling with I've been struggling um, with a lot of things. Uh, so um, and I think a lot of people are. I've I've been in a space where I don't like to talk to people, or where I just want to be on my own and be able to reflect. Usually I'm like the bubbly person and yay, you could do it. And come on, let's do it. Let's, whatever it is that you want to do, I'm always that cheerleader. Um, and this year, uh, it started out, amazing. Every day is amazing. But then we get this news that somebody's sick or somebody passed or um, something in life happens. I always hear this saying, if it's not one thing, it's another. And I don't necessarily like to say that in my life, because that's what life is about. It's one thing or another. I just want to say hi to my sister real quick. Hi, sister. She's checking in from Farmington, Songtree Payochi. She is uh, a bad A. She's an individual you need to know. An individual, if you're in New Mexico, contact her. She is on the grounds, knocking on doors, and um, she is in a. She's not. I was going to say a joke, but I'm not going to say that. She she is helping an individual. I think his name is Raul Torres. Correct me if I'm wrong, sister. But she's helping him, and they're gonna do big things this year. So I'm super proud of her. But let me go back to what the concept or what this is all about. So today's a new day, and it's a new healing. As I stated, for the past, I don't know, week and a half or so, I've been um, in a very rough spot where I haven't wanted to talk or um, be in community. Um, and it's made me sad. One of my best friends passed away recently. Um, and I didn't think that it would affect me as much as it has. Um, but it has. It's affected me. And I'm okay with that. I wasn't okay with that uh, yesterday or the day before. Um, But recently I went through a training actually yesterday and today. If you know of wait, NWI, let me know in the chat. So if you know what if you're from Indian country and you know what NWI is, let me know in the chat what that is, and I'll send you a prize. So I went to this training with NWI today. It was a free training. It was from 10 to 3 yesterday and today. And the title of that training was New Year, New You. New Year, New Me. Something like that. Um, and when I saw it, originally, the passing of my friend hadn't happened yet. So I was really excited um, to go to that training um, and and I knew it was gonna help me. So my sister says she knows what NWA is. So what is NWA, sister? We grew up in Downey, California. If you don't know, that's the next city over from Compton. So if you're a music fan or a music mogul, then you definitely know who NWA is. Um, but the question that I have is NWI. Um, so I'm just gonna light some sage because there's different ways that I like to um, start things. And this is on my business page. This stream is on my business page. So if you don't know, I'm the owner operator of AC and Associates. I have my own business. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a contractor. I do different work for different individuals. Um, so, what was I saying? Um, so I'm doing this on my business page. Um, and I'm going to get personal, and that's okay because I think a lot of people need it. So, here I have some medicine, some California white sage that I harvested last year. Um, and I've been smudging or sending up smoke all day long. Not all day, but at least I've done it like 5 times today. And I needed it, and that's okay. Um, I cried, I laughed, and I thought I would do that same with you all because I haven't been in community. It to me it feels like a long time that I haven't been in community or online, but it's been like a month, maybe. Yeah, like a month since I've been last online. NWI. Yes. What is NWI? NWI. If you know if you're in Indian country and you know what NWI is, let me know in the chat. So I went to this training today, and again, it was called New Year, New Me, and they talked about a lot of things. Um, and I wanted to share that with you because it brought great healing. One of the things that they talked about was how are you being a good relative? How are you being a good relative? And to me today, um, and in the past couple of days, I haven't been a good relative. I don't think I have. Um, and I've been in a dark place and been crying bad cries where my eyes are all red, and um, you have that snot coming down your nose, and that's how bad it's been. But that's okay, because tears are healing. Rain is healing. We need that to grow. We need that to grow flowers, to grow plants, to grow the plant life. Um, so I'm just going to share things with you that I've learned um, today and yesterday, and in the time that I've been grieving, in the time that I've been depressed, in the time that I've been not myself. Um, I don't know if you noticed, but I cut my hair, and that's one of the ways that I was taught to grieve for our loved ones, to let go of our loved ones, um, to let them transition to um, the other place that they're going to, um, across the Milky Way. Um, but there's different ways of healing, and um, how are you healing? That's one thing that I want to know is how are you healing? Um, so I've been mentioning about my the passing of one of my best girlfriends. Her name was Monica Cisneros Woodbury. She actually got married in the hospital in December to her husband John Woodbury. Um, Monica, I've known her since high school, and I can't remember if it was freshman, junior, senior. I was hardly in high school, barely made it through high school. But she was my road dog. She was there when I met my daughter's father. We had our own secret language. We shared different things. We shared laughter. We shared memories. We shared a lot of things, and it's affected me because I never thought she would be gone. We're the same age, and she was such a great person. Every time I passed her city, Pico Rivera, I thought of her and always thought I should stop and say hello. But I said a prayer for her as I was passing by her house. Every time I passed by um, that area, I would think of her, and I still do. But anyways, she had diabetes, and um, that's what ultimately took her. She had a few years back gotten her one of her legs amputated because of diabetes. She would always tell little kids that, or tell people that she got bit by a shark because she's a California girl and she was in the ocean. She got bit by a shark, which wasn't true, but it's so funny because for one of the Halloween parties that I went to with her and my daughter and my son-in-law and my grandbaby, she was in her wheelchair, and um, she was in a wetsuit and had a little surfboard and a little shark connected to it. So that was her Halloween costume. Um, but recently she had to have her other leg amputated. So she just didn't make it through. She was struggling a lot this past year, and so were their family. But I want to hold her up in prayer and honor. Um, she did so much for me. She did so much for my family. She did so much for my daughter. I'm a friend. I'm a friend that doesn't necessarily have to be in communication with somebody 24/7. I can go months and months without talking to my friends, to my close friends, even my inner circle. I can go months without talking to them. then when we get to visit again, we'd sit there and we'd talk for a long time. And that's what we always did. So um, it's hard not knowing that she's not there anymore. But like her daughters and her husband was saying, you know, we know that she's not in pain anymore. We know that she's not struggling anymore. Her husband was telling me that he wanted to be selfish and keep her here, but that was for his own, and he knows that she's not in pain anymore. So um, I've been trying to move forward and reflect on those great things and those great lessons that she gave me. So this is what my days have been like. Um, I could just be going along and happy and just start crying, and that's okay. It's okay. Um, it's okay to cry. It's okay to remember um, people for what they brought to our lives and pray for those people that are struggling with their lives right now. I have a lot of friends and families that are around me that have been affected by COVID, um, that have died from COVID, that are struggling, that are on ventilators. And I'm sure we've all been affected by it. So I'm sure that we're all struggling with something. I've never really struggled with depression or struggled with anxiety or struggled with anything. Well, I've struggled with alcohol. I'm a recovering alcoholic. Um, but it's hard. It's hard for us to think, when is this going to end? And all of these things that I'm talking about are lessons and things that I'm going through. So one of the things um, that I've been learning is that we sometimes think of, when this pandemic's over, it's going to be so great, or um, when I get a new car, or when I get a new job, or when I get out of this depression, um, it's going to be good. Like um, we make a goal, and we think that when we get to that goal, everything's going to be so much better. Um, and sometimes it isn't like that. We amp ourselves up to lose weight, to lose pounds, and if we don't make it there, or if we um, eat too much in a day, or um, if we don't make it to our goal, we're sad, we're upset, we're mad. And today's a new day. Today's a new healing. So I'm just going to take it day by day, take it and process it. And you know our traditional ways my traditional ways, um, we were resilient, we were strong, we were warriors, we were singers, we were storytellers, we listened. I always remember when I went back home to Taos, we would have to sit there and just listen, not interrupt, not say, when is this going to be over? We would just listen, because it was about listening, and what you heard, that was the lesson. So I've been taking in all of these healing um, modalities. I hope that's the right word, and trying to heal myself. So I haven't really been speaking to a lot of people, but I appreciate all of those individuals that have said, um, I'm praying for you, or have sent me a text, or um, one of the individuals that I want to definitely that I definitely want to mention on here. There's a lot of people I want to mention. Some that are even watching. My niece is here, Nia, and Connie. I've seen her at the Christmas boutique, and I actually have to get in contact with you because I want to place an order. Um, my sister, there's a lot of people here that I appreciate and that I love and that I consider my family. Um, but uh, one of the other individuals um, that helped me sort of to get through what it is that I'm getting through and not know that I needed it was Robin Thundershield. So who knows Robin Thundershield? If you know Robin Thundershield, put a bear in the chat. Robin is an amazing individual. He works for the California Native Vote Project, and he he helped to set up this nationwide thing, this talking circle. So I think it was this week. This week was the start again in 2022 to a talking circle, and uh, he had sent me an email, and I didn't want to go on because, when you're in Zooms and they tell you, turn on your camera, let us see your face. I'm a presenter too, and I'm in Zoom, and I want to see people's faces. But for this talking circle, I was red eyed, and my nose was red from crying, and that talking circle that I was recently in by Robin had a lot of community members in it, a lot of individuals that I look up to, a lot of individuals um, that I've worked with in community. And when you're struggling through something, when you're crying, and when you're not necessarily in a good space, you don't necessarily want to be around people. You don't want to be around community. Well, I don't. Um, I don't want them to see my light not shining. I'm usually, again, like the cheerleader, the individual that says, "Come on, yeah, let's make a plan, let's do this." And I didn't want to be on Zoom or turn on my camera, and I didn't turn on my camera, but I did say something because we were introducing ourselves, and I was honest. I said, I'm struggling right now, and I don't want to be on camera, but I just want people to know that I've been in a bad place, in a bad space. I've lost one of my best friends. I always talk about preparing for death because it's going to happen. And I always think it's so easy to prepare for it. When because it happens, it's a part of life. Um, but how do we truly prepare for it? One of the ways that I've been preparing for it, and I hope a lot of other people would do this as well, is I make a $25 payment a month to Rose Hills because I want to pay for my doings when the time comes, and I don't want people my daughter to be having to do car washes or do GoFundMe, and those are all good and well. But I want to leave that gift for her so she doesn't have anything to worry about, because ultimately one day I won't be here anymore. And I think maybe that's um, what's hitting me so hard is that Monica was my light. She was the person that I turned to, and she would always encourage me and love on me, and um, just be there to listen. And I don't have that anymore. And I have a lot of people that I can turn to. Nancy being one of them, she just said hello. Um, but she was one of the lights that I had. Like I said, we didn't, I'm not a person that's our friend that is checking in on you 24/7 or texting you 24/7. I'm not that person. I'm a good neighbor. Um, but it saddens me to not have her in my life anymore. And I know it saddens her husband and her kids. And, they're probably going through 500 times more of feelings of what I'm going through. So, so that's what I've been dealing with for the past week and a half or 2 weeks. So that training that I went to for the past 2 days, and a training for my business that I went to that Nancy actually introduced me to, um, have really been good. Um, and like I said earlier, I wanted to share what I learned from there with you all. Um, and I'm sure that they'll be having more. So just keep those that out. So NWIA, NW, not NWA, NWI. What is NWI? Um, Native Wellness Institute. The Native Wellness Institute is what NWI is. Um, they have a power hour every Wednesday on Facebook. So if and they also have power hours on YouTube. So if you're ever in need of some good medicine, check them out. I've been listening to YouTubes lately, um, Oprah YouTubes, and I totally forgot about them. Their power hours. Um, um, but check them out on YouTube if you're wanting some good medicine. So, anyways, some things that I learned um, is to write down. First of all, the first thing that I learned with them is to be okay with silence. Who is okay with silence? I didn't used to be okay with silence, but I definitely am. Like, I'll just sit here and think. Excuse me. I love music. I actually need, I don't need, but I'm accustomed to sleeping with my TV on. So I think it's that noise that helps me. But, anyways, one of the things that they said was being okay with silence. Um, and also um, to, um, let's see, what else did they say? Being okay with ourselves, our thoughts, take responsibility on our choices to make change or steps to what we want to. We've been conditioned to certain things. Like I said before, we've been conditioned to goals, and um, making it to that goal, and every in my mind, I'm going to make it to that goal, and everything is going to be okay once I hit that goal. Well, that's not necessarily how it's going to be, but I've been taught um, to think that way. And um, one of the things that they said is that if um, we're not on a wellness journey, we can already be on a wellness journey every day. Every day, every new day is a new healing. um, a lot of the times people ask me, how are you? And I always say, it's a minute to minute or day by day, because that's how I've been feeling lately. Another thing that they mentioned was to write down things, to write down something, write down, um, I am worthy, and continue to say it back to yourself. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. Um, Go outside and be with nature. Even, if you go into your backyard or your front yard, or if you have a lanai, or also known as a patio, go outside, and be in the sun for a minute. Um, when I had went into the training today, they were doing uh, an exercise um, that I came into, but they mentioned it in the chat. They said to go outside and to pick up an item that you see, a natural item. Go outside and pick up a rock or pick up a twig, or some people were in the snow, so they said that they picked up some snow. So go outside and pick up that natural item and give that problem or give that thing that you're struggling with to that item that you picked up. So if I'm struggling with grief, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to pick up a rock and pass that grief to that item, and then give it back to Mother Nature. Throw it back and release it. Leave something. So somebody was in the had was telling that they did this, but one of the things that they had mentioned too was that they do leave something, but what they also do is they invite something else. So they might leave something, but they invite something else positive into their life. And I really like that, because I think of that when one of my closest girlfriends, Jennifer, when she buys a new item or new clothing, she'll go into her closet and she'll put that item, but she'll also have to let go of something. So I think of clothing when I think of that. But that's the same concept, is to get rid of something, but also invite something else positive into your life. So I'm gonna take a drink of water, because also one of the things that was mentioned was that when you take a drink of water, that the water that you take in will fill your body with love, will fill your body with healing. And water, I haven't been hydrating too um, in this past couple of days. And we all need to hydrate. We all need to drink water. Um, I was giving a workshop to a youth group last week, and funny to say, it's not funny, but the title of the workshop um, was Finding Your Medicine. How do we find our medicine? So let me take a drink of water. And I mentioned that workshop because I was telling the youth in there is that our body is made up, I believe, of 70% of water. I believe, but correct me if I'm wrong. If somebody else knows the right answer, put in the comments. Um, but how do you know if you're hydrated? If you know how can you tell if your body is hydrated? That's my question. How can you tell if your body is hydrated? If you know the answer, put in the chat. So I didn't used to like to drink water, um, but I've been drinking more water in the last couple of years. Um, but I add a little bit of lemon to it, or I learned a trick from one of my friends, Elton Naswood, great man, great advocate in Indian country. Um, he One time when my mom had passed away, I was driving back, and he lived in Denver at the time, and I was tired, and um, I was talking to him, and he's all, come to my house, and you can sleep in the guest room. And I said, okay. So I stopped at his house, and he said, do you want some water? And I said, yeah. So he went to his refrigerator, and he brought me this water, and I tasted it. It was so good. I don't usually drink water. At that time, I didn't drink a lot of water. But he called it his resort water. And what that meant is that he put cucumber, lemon or lime, and mint. in it. Oh my gosh, it was so refreshing. So, anyways, drink a lot of water. And yes, boo, boo, boo. The right answer is from this amazing man right here, Ed Duran, also known as Andy. Um, Andy is my cousin. So he says to check your pee. That is 100% correct. Um, so the lighter that your pee is, the more hydrated you are. The darker your pee is, the less hydrated you are. So thanks for um, the right answer. Your prize will be in the mail to you. Um, okay, so going back to what I learned. Uh, And the other thing that I learned is telling our story. So that's the other thing that they mentioned today was today was the last day, and they said they were challenging us to do something. What are you going to do today? So I wrote down that I was going to go on live today. Um, and tell my story, telling our story, learning how to also introduce ourselves in our own language. Hioho mitakiape, Ava Cordova yimachiape, Malakota and Taos Pueblo. My Thama is Joseph Conquilla Cordova. My Ina or my Ka is Patricia Crow Cordova. I'm the sixth generation from Chief Red Cloud. I'm the owner operator of AC and Associates. I'm a board member of the American Indian Community Council. I'm a grandmother. I'm a contractor. Um, I'm a community member. That's what makes me who I am. And going back, funny story, is going back to that training that I was talking about right now. That's how I introduced myself, and that's how I've been introducing myself for the last, I don't know, year, 2 years. Um, I was very, um, I was very fortunate to be in some classes, some language classes, both on both sides of my tribe. So how I introduce myself is unique to me. You wouldn't necessarily hear it from a Navajo. Um, Hioho mitakiape. Hello, my relatives. Those are two different languages. Avro Cordova yimachiape. My name is Avro Cordova. So when I was giving this training last week to these young youth, um, one of the youth asked a question because we were saying, do you have any questions, comments, or concerns? And he said, "What language are you talking?" And it made me brighten up because um, we should be proud of who we are. We should be proud of our ancestors. We should be proud of where we come from. We should be able to introduce ourselves in our language. And it's only been within the last couple of years that I've really had a good handle on my introduction. And that's unique to me. So I would encourage you all to introduce yourself in your language. If you don't know your language, the first simple step would be to find out how to say hello. Hiho, yate, hola. Um, I'm trying to think of the Choctaw one, but I can't think of it. Um, but there's so many different languages in the United States, in different tribes. Um, so my suggestion to you is telling our stories. Learn how to introduce yourself, and that's one of the things. Halito, yes, thank you, Nancy. Thank you so much. I gotta write that into my spiel that I give. Okay, so one of the other things, and it was an amazing training. I hope they have it again so that you all can, learn. But I just wanted to share what I learned. Um, the other question is, who is in our support circle? Who is in your support circle? Who do you have to turn to? For me during this time, during this week and a half that I haven't been in a good space, I haven't really wanted to talk to anybody. Um, that's just because I choose to turn in and want to heal myself because I don't want to bother people, maybe. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't want people to see me in my darkness, see me when I'm not well. Um, but I had the amazing opportunity to talk to some different people, um, whether it be by text, by on the phone. I had a couple of individuals that I've just been, being able to text, um, and they checked up on me. So I didn't say, "Hey, how are you?" like I usually do. But the other person that I wanted to mention um, called me for well, I was in this training actually, and I was like, "Let me call." I text her, replied and said I'll call her back. So I was talking to her yesterday, and she was calling to follow up on something. But one of the things that I had said to her was, "Thank you for just calling me. Thank you for just saying hello. Thank you for just calling me back." A lot of people don't like to talk on the phone nowadays. Texting is probably more um, easy for people. And when I'm on the road, usually because I'm between Snow Mountain, Paiute area, which is northern Las Vegas, and Tongva territory, which is LA County. So I go back and forth to the states, to each state, several times through the year. So usually when I'm on my drive, I like to listen to music, or I'll call and check up on different people. Um, but anyways, she called me, and um, I just cried, and I told her I'm not in a good space. I'm not well. And the thing that she did was she listened. She didn't necessarily say anything, um, but she listened. And sometimes I feel like we need to listen. My daughter used to tell me, because I'm like a helper. I like to help people. I like to try to fix things. I have recently put boundaries on stuff because sometimes I can say yes to a lot of things, uh, and okay, yeah, I just put boundaries. Anyways, so my daughter used to tell me um, whatever she would tell me, and I would be like, okay, how can we fix this? How can we fix that? Let's think of the next thing that we need to do to get you to where you want to be. And she told me one time, she goes, "Mom, I just need for you to listen. I just need for you to hear me. I just need for you to listen to what I gotta say." And sometimes that's all we gotta do is listen. Listen to our kids, sit down with them for 10 minutes and read them a book. Sometimes we just gotta listen. So thank you to Christine for listening to me. Um, the other thing that they said was your support system can be our ancestors. Those people who have come before us and who have left. So Monica would be an ancestor now. Um, but also, just being able to talk to our ancestors, to pray to them. Uh, I again do different workshops, and one of the things that I do is I pray when I open up my workshop, and I always ask for volunteers. Um, so a lot of the times, kids, will will say, will not want to step up because we'll ask, is there somebody that would like to pray, to sing a song, to read a quote? And sometimes people don't know how to pray. They'll say that. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to pray. Um, so my prayers, usually, like my introduction, uh, are similar, because it's just easier for me that way. So the way that I pray, um, Creator, we come to you today with open hearts and open minds, thankful for the many blessings that you provide us on a minute, monthly, second basis, from the ability to walk, talk, be here today to heal, be here today to gather, be here today to listen, be here today to learn from each other. Creator, I pray to you today that you watch over these individuals that are here listening, whether it be now in the live or later if they're watching it a replay. Allow them blessings. Allow them to get through what it is that they need to get through. Allow them to feel a light. Allow them to speak their truth, to speak their pain, to speak their native tongues. Creator, I'm so thankful for another day of life, for another day to walk, for another day to talk, for another day just to be here, to know my medicines, to know where my medicines are. Creator, I just ask that you watch over these individuals that are watching. Keep them healthy, wealthy, and safe. Keep their hope in their head, in their minds, and their hearts. Keep them loved. Keep them blessed. Thank you for Creator, for all that you do, all that you are, and all that you've given me. I pray, I pray, I pray, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful, I'm thankful, I'm thankful. I'm worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worthy. Ta, Pilamaya, gracias, Adiahet, Ajonasle, 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 Amen. So, the reason I said that prayer is because I said, I usually pray in the beginning and I didn't even pray. So, but that simple little prayer, you know, Creator, come to you with open hearts and open minds, thankful for the many blessings that you provide me on a daily, minute, monthly basis, from the ability to walk, talk, be here. You know, I say the same things because all of those same things are um, things that we all need. You know, um, I I try not to complain about I have really bad arthritis in my knees. I try not to complain about that because Monica was in the hospital. You know, she had both of her knees amputated, both of her legs amputated up to her knees. She wasn't able to walk anymore. So I'm thankful that I'm able to walk. Even though I'm in pain, I'm thankful. And when I close my prayer, I say, keep my family healthy, wealthy, and safe. Keep my community healthy, wealthy, and safe. Healthy in our hearts, in our minds, in our physical being. Keep us healthy. Give us healthy thoughts. One of the things that I recently realized and can understand is, for a long time in my business, and a long time, it's only been 2 years that I've had my business, but for a long time in my career journey, I feel like I'm not enough. I feel like I'm not enough. Today I was in a meeting, ICWA roundtable, Indian Child Welfare for Los Angeles, and the individuals that were in that meeting were judges, were lawyers, were social workers, were all these governmental individuals. And here I am, just this community individual. But when I went into that meeting, you know, all of these individuals, they have master's degrees, they have doctoral degrees, they you know, they run our courts, they have all these degrees, and I have a semester of high school. I have I finished a technical degree. So I may not have like a master's degree, but you're in my community. I know what my community wants. So um, a lot of the times, it's our own thinking that we're not worthy, that we're not enough, that we're not comparable to those individuals with those degrees. This is my thinking. So going into that meeting, after I've learned this, I think, I have a lot to offer. I have a lot to offer my community. And you should be thinking the same too, because you have a lot to offer. So I'm in this meeting with lawyers, judges, all of these big wigs, and I have to I have this other training that I need to get back to. So I'm sitting in that meeting because I'm there to support. I'm a board member with the American Indian Community Council, and I'm there to support my other board member that she's going to give a report. But my internet goes out, and this, I'm having connectivity issues. So I end up getting kicked out of that meeting. And after figuring out what the connectivity issues are, going back into this other training that I was necessarily in. So later in the day, after I'm done with my training, I text my fellow board member, and I apologize for leaving the meeting early because I wanted to be there to support her. And she mentioned to me that there was another lady in there that mentioned the good work that I do and the trainings that I've done in the past. And in a past time, I used to train new social workers on the ICWA, Indian Child Welfare Curriculum, so that they would know when they're going into homes about Indian children. So, anyways, I get a text from her, and she was like, "Hey, April, you're doing great work. It was so great to see you in this meeting. Would you be interested in training again with us?" And here I'm thinking I'm not enough. Here I'm thinking, I'm amongst these big wigs, these lawyers and these judges and these directors of programs, and here I'm thinking I'm not enough. It's our own thinking where we think we're not enough. But yet I come back with an employment offer to train, a contract offer to train. Those are my own thinking. So I need to step away from not saying that I'm not enough, because I am enough. I'm enough for me. I'm enough for me today, right now. Um, there's big things that I want to do. There's all of these ideas that I have in my mind. In February, I got granted um, this project money from Racing Heart Foundation to do a workshop. So look out for a workshop that I'll be having in February. Entrepreneurs, dreams, and goals. So if you don't know, I've had my own. I'm an entrepreneur, and I've been in business for since October 1st, 2019. So 2020, 2021. So about 2 years and December, January, 2 years and 3 months. I've been in business for myself, and it's been the best decision, for myself that I've made. Um, but going back to what I'm saying, I I'll be having a workshop in February, so look out for it. It's $25 if you'd like to be a part of it. Entrepreneurs, dreams, and goals, February. Okay, enough about that. um, Okay, so what else did I learn? The other thing that I learned in the training is we make a great impact on people's lives. You've made a great impact on my life. The individuals that are here, um, Andy, Elisa, Nia, Nancy, Songtree, Melinda, um, I don't know who else is watching, but those are the people that have commented. Connie, uh, you all have made an impact in my life. Whether you know it or not, you definitely have made an impact. I've cried with you guys. I've cried with several of you. I've laughed with several of you. We've went to and we've made memories in different locations, from Las Vegas to San Diego to San Fernando to online. Um, there's so many people that have helped me be the best person that I can be. Um, I think that when we're in a good space, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Um, so other things that I've learned is just to take your time when healing. Um, and and that was an important thing that they said. The journey is a destination in healing. Journey is a destination in healing. Take your time. Prayer is powerful. So there, I've recently heard how long does it take? When will this grieving be over? How long will I feel this way? Um, and it's different for everybody. Grief is different from everybody. I remember my mom talking about her dad, my grandpa Sam, um, and about how she cried for him every day. I never seen her cry, but I wasn't with her every day. But she mourned for him every single day. Um, she loved him. She loved her mom. She loved a lot of people, but she loved her dad, and she would say that. So the healing time isn't 1 week, and we're all better. Like I said, I can be just going through my day and start crying, um, and that's healing too. So it takes time. There's no real time that I know of. Some people are faster healers, I guess, than others. But also, the other thing that I learned from the workshop that I was in was to pray for the people that harmed us. Um, a lot of the times we have these people that have harmed us in our head or in our mind, or think about what it is that they did to us, or think about you know how they hurt us: verbal abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse. you know there are people out there that may have been hurt by the hands or by the voice of somebody else. And one of the things, like they said today, was to pray for those people that harmed us. Stronger communication remain um, Stronger communication can be done, and remain prayerful. um, Focus on the solution and not the problem. Being a good relative. um, when we're presented in the right environment, we share, we engage, we interact. I like that. When we're presented, when we're put in the right environment, um, when we're put in the right environment, we share, we engage, and we interact. Um, because our community, when you're healed by something, you want to be able to give back to whatever it is that helped you heal. And you are my community. You're helping me heal. So that's why I felt it important to come on here and be real and talk about it's not okay. It's not okay. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay for me to feel the way that I'm feeling. It's okay for me to cry. It's okay for men to cry. It's okay for boys to cry. It's okay for boys to share that they hurt. It's okay for men to share that they're upset, they're angry, they're happy. They're excited. One of the things that I love about my grandchildren, both Delilah and Eli. Delilah is 3. Eli is 5. Throughout the day, they'll just say, "Grandma, I love you." And I'll just be sitting there, or I'll be driving, and Sissy, we call her Sissy, her name's Delilah, will be in the car, and she could say it 10 times from a trip that takes 5 minutes. "Grandma, I love you." And she'll wait for you to tell her back, "I love you too, Sissy." And she'll still say it 5 minutes later, "Grandma, I love you." I love that. I love that they say that to me. I want to embrace that, because we all know, as time goes on and people grow up and children grow up and we grow up, people aren't always going to be in your life. Those individuals that you may have grow up and thought that were going to be there forever won't always be there, whether it be by death, by their own um, by their own will, by your own will. Sometimes we separate as we grow up and we grow older, and that's okay. Um, so, um, one of the things that they asked, and I'm going to ask you all, is who do you look up to, and who has given you a teaching? Name it in the chat. Name that person. And the people that I named in the chat were my mom, Joseph Cordova, my dad, Joseph Cordova, my mom, Patricia Cordova, my daughter, my grandchildren, my son-in-law. Who are those people that you look up to, and who has given you a teaching, a good teaching? Who did you listen to? I'm gonna wait, because if you can put that in the chat. It needs to, I think too, the other thing is, when we say it out loud, it has power. Because our thoughts too, they can be good and bad, but when you say it out loud, you're bringing energy to that. Or when you write it down, you're bringing energy to that. We're honoring them by saying their names. Kankila is my father. Barely makes it home. And I don't know how to say that in Lakota, but I will find out. My mom's Indian name is Barely Makes It Home. She before she passed, she said that I can have that name. Barely Makes It Home. And it was funny because when I was younger, I used to drink a lot and I barely made it home. So that was a good name for me. But the story behind my mom's name, Barely Makes It Home, is her uncle who named her was a soldier in the war, and he was on the battlefield, and um, was he got injured, he got shot, and he got left for dead. But when they did the final sweep to pick up our brothers and our sisters, he was alive, so he barely made it home. So that was her Indian name, Barely Makes It Home. That was a good name for me when I used to drink, but I'm glad that I made it home. The other thing too is we put ourselves in different types of situations, but we also know right from wrong. I hope we all know right from wrong. We should know the good and the bad choices. So I'm thinking, like, if I'm always in a bad situation, if I'm always in the same feelings of depression, if I'm always blaming others and not taking the responsibilities for my own actions, I'm not in a good place. Because we have to be responsible for our own actions. We have to be responsible for our own feelings. Um, yes, I'm scared to go out because of the the pandemic. But do I go out? Yes. When I do go out, do I wear a mask? Yes. Am I vaccinated? Yes. Do I have my booster? Yes. Have people been getting sick and been vaccinated and have the booster? Yes. Are people dying that don't have the vaccine? Yes. Is the flu shot an every year thing? Yes. Do I get it every year? Yes. Does it help me not get the flu? Yes. Do I sometimes get the flu? Yes. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is we make our own choices. We should be able to also um, know when we're not in a good space. Know if the same problem is happening, the same conclusion is going to happen. If we're not letting light into the darkness because you're comfortable in the darkness, are you still in the same place? Yes, you're in the dark. How do we move to the light? Taking one foot in front of the other, small steps. And I know it's hard for different people. Like I said, I've never dealt with depression. I've never dealt with anxiety. So it's new to me. And I know people struggle with it all the time. I know, people can be okay one day and not be okay the next day. But how are you feeling right now? Right now, listening to me, having this conversation to me. How are you feeling from a 1 to a 10? Put it in the chat. And I just want to acknowledge the people that some people had mentioned. Songchi mentioned her parents, sisters, brothers, Aunt Deb, Melinda, my late father, my late mother. There are so many. Melinda, your mom and dad were amazing. I had that amazing opportunity to meet them both, to be in community with them, to share space with them. They did an amazing job raising you and your brothers and your sisters. You and your brothers and sisters were taught by so many. I know your mom and dad. I know community. I know your aunties and uncles. You were taught by a lot of people, but your mom and dad were amazing. And Songchi, your mom and dad were amazing too, and your sisters, they're amazing too. Um, Nancy says, I have had many mentors that taught me. I'm so grateful for you, April. My late mom, Sandra Webster, friends Dion, Phyllis, Jean, Lupe, Andrea, and many more. She's at a 6. When I first got on here, or throughout this day, my levels have been different. When I got on here, I would say I was at a 4, because I was unsure about how this was going to go. I was unsure about what I wanted to say. I was unsure of being real. I was unsure of sharing my problems with the world on the internet. That's a lot, you know? So on here I was unsure, but now after reading this reading my notes and talking through things and praying and using our medicines, I'm at an 8 or a 9. Um, and I have you all to thank for this, because you are here watching, and you are in the presence of um, amazing people yourself. I don't know if your family members are around, um, but those are the things that I learned. Let's see if I have anything else that I learned about. Um, oh, okay. So one of the other things that they said was For 21 days straight, they suggested to look in the mirror and to tell yourself, I love you. I cherish you. I'm going to take care of you. Again, I love you. I cherish you. I'm going to take care of you. Um, things that some other things that they said was prayers and to set intentions and ask for things you need. One of the things that her name is Theta mentioned was she used to pray for strength. She used to pray for strength for herself. And what she noticed was that um, she was praying for strength, yet there was always challenges that came into her life that made her get that strength. So we need to pray with intention. You know, if I pray for strength, then does that mean that another obstacle is going to come my way, and I have to be strong to get over that obstacle? So definitely set it with intentions. So I've been stopping and praying. I've stopped to pray for strength. Right now I'm just praying for healing, and tonight is a good healing. Um, pray for strength. You get challenges. Adorn for something. Dressing up to be kind. Um, think about your mind, your indigenous intention. Um, okay, so the other thing I want to share with you is that, so we all know how to make a heart, right? Can you make a heart with me? I think that's how you do it. Okay, you guys know what I'm getting at, right? Okay, so now that you've made a heart to you guys, now you're going to make a circle. And one of the things that she said was the circle is a rite of passage. So right here in this area, we're born. And then right here is our 25-year mark, right here in this area. And then right here is our 50-year mark. And then our 75-year mark. And then ultimately, when we pass on. So it's a circle of life. And in every section of this, and in every circle space, there's a different story in our lifetime. Um, it's she called it a rites of passage. So where are you going to be? So if you're, I'm 40, I'm 47. I think I'm 47 this year. 48. I'll be 48. I was born in 93. Not 93. 75. I graduated high school in 93. Um, anyways, so I think I'm 47. So up here, I would be up here. And then 75, and all these are different areas. What does your journey look like? How much longer do you have to go in this circle? um I really like that. Each there's a rite of passage for each time, being independent, having children, um and the other thing that she said was there's different ways to find our medicine. When for Lakotas, star quilts are big things. We get them, when we're born, we get them when we graduate high school, graduate college. Um, they're gifted. Usually they're given when somebody passes. But those star quilts are, they're medicine. And if you have a star quilt, I was fortunate enough to be gifted my mom her first and only ever made star quilt, and I sleep with it every night. And for the past week, I haven't been sleeping with it. Um, So one of the things, if you do have a star quilt, is that's medicine. Wrap yourself in medicine. And my mom always used to tell me that. So how can I forget that? Um, how can I forget that? It's because when we're in the dark, when we're not in light, or when we're not in our normal headspace, we have all these teachings around us, but we're focusing on the problem. I'm focusing on my grief. I'm focusing on never being able to see Monica again, never being able to hear her voice again, never being able to, do this and do that, and not being able to visit with her. Yet I'm not focusing on the medicine that's around me. Smudge, like I said, I smudged a lot today. Drinking water, hydrating ourselves, um, using those medicines that reminder, sister, Navajo tea. I asked my sister to send me some Navajo tea. Um, so other things that um, the other thing that she said, maybe I'll leave it with this, or a couple more things, is, do you remember your dreams? Because dreaming is medicine too. And last night I prayed that I can remember my dreams. I haven't remembered my dreams, I think, in a month. There was one time, um, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, I was at my daughter's house and I told her I had the craziest dream. And she let I fell asleep. I'm usually a late night person. I don't go to sleep. My schedule is my schedule, so people who know me know my schedule. But anyways, I had slept, and I think I wasn't feeling well. But anyways, I slept, and I remember my dreams so vividly. My goddaughter was in my dream. She was in my dream. I was dressed as a nun. I don't know. It was crazy. Um, but anyways, um, she said to pray for your dreams, to think of your dreams, because dreams are visions, that are healing for us. So last night I asked I prayed to Creator to allow me to remember my dreams. Um, Also, one of the things that they said was living a balanced lifestyle, because I've been in balance. I should say that, instead of saying I've been in a dark place. I've been living in an unbalanced mindset. But living in balance, it's a lifestyle. It's just like being healthy, going to the gym, eating those vegetables. Are we praying? Are we using our medicines? Are we speaking clearly and communicating what it is that we're unhappy with, whether it be with our children, our coworkers, our friends, our family, our spouses? Are you communicating with them in a good way, not yelling at them, not not just, are you communicating in a good way? Um, and if you're not, then maybe that's something that you can work on. Um, Communicating, and also recognizing, and not only communicating, but not also focusing on the problem, focusing on a solution. So it goes hand in hand. The thing, and I think I'm going to close with this, is when you know what you're about, you're stronger. What you know, what you're about, you're stronger. So what I when I know what I'm about, so what am I about? I am about I am about culture. I am about tradition. I am about my community. I am about healing for myself so that I can heal for others. I am about being a good neighbor. Um, I am about I am about half Taos Pueblo and half Oglala Lakota, and um, I am about to sing a song. Just kidding. I'm not gonna sing. um, I am about music, though. I love music. I love karaoke. So, what are you about? What are you doing to lift your spirits? What are you doing to um, what are you doing to know your intentions? What are you asking for things that you need? And we pray all in different ways, because I've heard from different teachers is don't pray for yourself. I've heard that before. Don't pray for yourself, and I don't necessarily agree with that, but because I've learned to pray in a different way. I need to pray for myself. I need to pray for a balanced life. I need to pray for um, different things for myself. I'm asking for support. I'm asking for help. So we all learn differently. I've been able to take lessons and and learn from them, and then be able to give back to my community. That would be, my friends, my family, my loved ones. So, um, so that's what I'm about. I'm worthy. I'm about being loved. I love myself. I love you. And I'm not afraid to say that. I cherish you. I'm going to take care of you. Talking to myself. I'm going to take care of me. um, those are all the things that I'm thinking about. One of my other friends, shout out to Nicole. She lives in Detroit, Michigan. She lives in the Michigan area. I don't know if it's Detroit, but today I was texting her, um, and she sent me a picture of her and her daughter, and she was cutting out magazines, and they were putting stuff on a magazine, and that got me thinking. One of the other people that I like to shout out is Jennifer, one of my best girlfriends, Jennifer V, Jennifer Varenchek. Every year when she used to live here, she used to go through magazines and flip through them, and then she would make a poster board, um, and I haven't done that yet. So if you have paper and pencil, um, if you have markers, maybe I'll come on here again in a couple of weeks and we could check in again. Um, so I've been doing a lot of decluttering. I actually filled up 2 of my trash cans full of shredded paper, um, letting go, letting go. So get a piece of paper, get some paper, some crayons, some markers, and let's set some good intentions, some good goals. Usually it's for the year, but I think I'm going to do just actually for the next 3 months. So let's write down. Have you done that? Have you done this yet? Have you done a vision board? If not, we can come back and do it together. But if you have a piece of paper, or if you have some markers or crayons or lipsticks or something, something to write with, let's write down some goals. I'm going to write down some goals right now. So for the next 3 months. Last year I did this with a group of youth. Excuse me. And I wrote a couple of things down. One of the things, I put this thing here, but I'm going to take it off. And it gets on my face. So last year I wrote down some goals. One of those goals was to have moccasins for Rock Your Mocks month. So that was one of the goals that I wrote down is to own a pair of moccasins. And I accomplished that. So last year some of the goals that I had was own a pair of moccasins for Rock Your Mocks. which is in November. Moccasins. The other one was to get a new computer. The other one was to get costumes for Halloween before Halloween came, to go to Hawaii, and to buy my Christmas gifts for my family before Christmas. So those 5 things, 4 of those things came true. I got some moccasins. I got moccasins for myself, for my daughter, and my goddaughter, not my goddaughter, my niece, Savannah. A computer is a lot of money. And I was thinking I had to buy one. And guess what? My daughter and my son-in-law, they gifted me a computer. So I got a new computer. Halloween came, and we ended up going somewhere for Halloween, Legoland. But my daughter had already gotten costumes, so that was taken care of. Hawaii and what did the other one I say? Hawaii and one of the other ones is to facilitate a youth art workshop. Anyways, I think like one or two of my items didn't two of my goals didn't work, and that was going to Hawaii. And the reason that I wanted to go to Hawaii is because one of my best girlfriends lives over there. And she was like, just get over here and you can stay at my house. And I love her and Jennifer and Glenn. Cause I love, have you ever had one of those friends where you can just go to their house and go to sleep if you want to go to sleep, or go into their just go, and you don't have to entertain them. You just have to be, I don't know. I love it when, okay, that's Jen, when I go to her house, she doesn't necessarily have to sit there and entertain me, and that's what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna make it to Hawaii. She lives there now, so but when I want to go to Hawaii, I want to go there for like 3 months. So that's not feasible right now, but it will be. Okay, so going back to my paper and my pencil. Let's write down goals for the next 3 months. So it's January 21st, January, February, March, April. So this is going to be to April 21st. And you can go longer or shorter. You can decorate it in different ways that you want. So I'm going to put vision board 2022. Okay. I don't know if you can see that, but that's what it says. What from January? Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to January, February, March, and April. Okay, so I'm doing January is almost over, but this is how I'm going to do it, okay? So I'm going to do one goal for each month. So January, it's January 21st. Let me think of something. What do I want to do, be able to do in the next week and 4 days? My granddaughter, when you ask her a question, she'll stand there and she'll be like, okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I am gonna do one more live before the end of the month. So before January 31st, I'm going to do another live. One live in January. Actually, I'm going to put 2 lives in January. So this will count as 1. I'm going to put 121 and then 2. I'm thinking maybe Sunday, next Friday or next Sunday, I'll come back on a live. So 128 or 130. Okay, so here's my first goal. So in January, I want to do 2 lives. So I've already done the 1 live, which is right now. And then the second one is on January 28th or January 30th. I will be doing another live. Live meaning talking to you, streaming. So I'm going to be streaming another time in January. Okay, so February, what's happening in February? Valentine's Day. I think for February, what do I want? Oh, okay. So there's a lot that we can do, but in specifically February, I need to have this workshop that I'm going to have. So that's the goal that I want to do is in February. And I actually think I need to change my time. I actually think I'm going to be doing it on February 26th. Nancy, just to let you know, I'm going to be doing on February 26th. Entrepreneurs. Dreams and goals. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, I was granted some monies to have an event. So in February, I think February 26th, I'm going to have this workshop. It's going to be $20 and then $25. $20 pre-sale, $25 up to, and it'll cover like 30 to 50 people, entrepreneurs, dreams, and goals. So I'm going to be doing that in February. So in March is a blessed month for me. March is my daughter's birthday, March 26th to be exact. Her birthday's on a Saturday. So in by March, what do I want to do? I think by March 20th, I want to have my daughter's birthday present ready. Jackie, B-Day present ready. She doesn't know what I'm making her, or if I'm making her or buying her something, but I just want to have it ready by the 20th. Okay, so that's March. Okay, and by April, what do I want to do by April? Spring cleaning. I think by April, I think I'm going to totally declutter by April. by the end of April, maybe. No, by April 9th, because I'll be in Vegas the rest of the month. Okay, so by April 9th, I'm going to declutter my office. Okay, so here are my goals. So in January, I'm going to have one more live. In February, I'm going to do my workshop, Entrepreneurs, Dreams, and Goals. By March, I'm going to have my daughter's birthday present by March 20th. And by April, I'm going to declutter office space by April 9th. So those are my goals for the next quarter, February, March, April. I'm sure they'll change. I'm sure if I have my daughter's present by the 20th or before that of March, that I'll change it out. So once I make the goal, I'll have to put a new goal. And I'm not going to get mad if I don't make it. But all of these things are very important to me. So I'm going to hang this up, and I'm going to look at it every day, and I'm going to meet these goals. All right, guys. Thank you for allowing me to share space. Thank you for listening to me and the things that I'm doing in my life. Thank you for allowing me to cry. Thank you for allowing me to laugh. Thank you for allowing me to plan. You are worthy. You are loved. You are helping me be a light. You're helping me see the light. Thank you. Ta'a. Gracias. Atiahet. Mado. I gotta learn new thank yous. All right. So, with that being said, I am truly grateful for you all. Actually, I think I'm gonna do one last thing. So, if you want to share what's on your goal list, put it in the comments. Let me see if I could do this. Let me see. Let's see. Hold on, just give me a moment. Let me know what your goals are in the comments. Okay, guys. So guess what we're going to do? Okay. There are a couple of you guys on here, and I am always about being able to give back, right? I think I am. Not I think I know. I always want to be able to give back. So, what's going to happen? What's happening here? In the comments, what I'd like for you to do is, if you enjoyed tonight, if you got something from it, if you found any healing in this, and if you made a goal, in the chat, put hashtag goal. I'm going to call a winner right now, and I'm going to send you a prize. So it's going to automatically choose somebody. So in the comments, write that hashtag or the # GOLS, If you can do that for me, I'm going to pick a winner and I'm going to send you out something. Thank you, Nancy. So, Nancy, I appreciate you and taking a healthy risk and sharing. For January, she's going to complete her resume and look for a care. Look for a care. Look for care. Awesome. Yay. I'm super excited to hear that. So again, February. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. Love it. Find my dream, attend entrepreneur dream and goals, and start to walk. Yes. Okay, so Melinda's doing what I asked and putting hashtag goal in the comments. I'm going to give you until 9:58. So for 2 minutes, put hashtag goal in the comments, and I'm going to pull up a winner. I'm going to use, I'm going to pull up a winner. Oops, hold on. Hashtag goals, guys. Is it goal or goals? Let me see. Goals. In April, get a sewing machine and sew a ribbon skirt. Yes! Nancy, you are doing it. Oh my gosh, I was just talking to one of my girlfriends yesterday, and I mentioned to her that I've been wanting to go to downtown LA to the fabric district. So maybe we can help and go. We can all go to the fashion district, or you can meet us down there, and we can get some material and maybe sit at the park and have lunch, not too close to each other. But yeah, let's do that. Yay! Okay, let's see. I want to start a craft time and get together. Yes! Let's start a craft time and get together. I want to start a craft time, get together. Yes. Oh, you guys have given me medicine tonight. A new healing, a new day. I'm so thankful for you all for being here. So, our winners for today, I'm going to give you 10 more seconds to put goals in the comments. If you haven't already done that, put goals. See the goals? Put that in the comments just as it's listed. And if you put that, you might be winning a prize. So, Melinda, um, her goals. Thank you guys for taking a healthy risk um, and putting your goals. So January, just breathe. Yes, just breathe. February, organizing my sewing area. March, start on grad orders. April, declutter my jewelry. Oh my God, those are all amazing. Maybe are you open to giving sewing classes? Because I actually would like to sew something, and I want to be able to do a craft corner too. So, or Nancy, I don't know if you do sewing, if you know how to sew. Melinda, I'm looking for sewing classes. Um, they are all great ideas, great goals, Melinda, Nancy says. Um, Actually, going through, let me see, where is it? Because, like I said, I was decluttering. I got rid of so many things, and I don't know why I'm holding on to different things. Okay, so I had gotten this hat, and I got it for summer. I love it. It's so big. So when I go to the beach, Kara, because Kara's my girl, and this is my hat. I don't want to get rid of it though. Look how big it is. I've had it. Yay. Okay, when I get rid of it, I'm sure somebody will like it. But I'm decluttering, trying to get rid of all my stuff. But luckily it folds, so I can fold it up. Oh, so thanks, Nancy. She says that's adorable on you. Nancy says she wants to start on stoles and I need some instructions. Melinda, you need to are you having a workshop on that again? And if so, how do we sign up? Beat that hat. Oh my gosh, imagine. That would be so crazy. And one of Melinda's other things is, oh, my family and I started to meet up and walk on Sundays. That's amazing. That is so amazing. Okay, so I gave some extra time, and the two individuals that put goals in the chat are, oh, okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we have two individuals who put goals in the chat, and we're going to share screen. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Okay, here we go. We're going to share screen. Here we go. So Melinda and Nancy were the ones that, oh, and there's our winner. Yay! Boo, boo, boo. Nancy, you're the winner. So be expecting something from me in the mail. I need to get your address. But I will get you something in the mail. It's a special something. So thanks, guys. Nancy, you are the winner. Thank you guys for coming on and listening and interacting with me and being the light in my darkness and just allowing me to cry, to laugh, to talk. I appreciate you. I love you. And thank you for allowing me to share. So I'm going to go ahead and say a closing prayer. Then we'll get going on to Friday night. Friday night live. What are you guys doing tonight? Getting ready? Getting all glammed up to go to sleep? All right. Well, I'm going to light the sage again. See how... And one of the things that I've been doing too is I've been just using the leaves of the sage just to smudge. All right. So, Creator, we come to you today with open hearts and open minds, thankful for the many blessings that you provide us on a minute, monthly, second basis, from the ability to walk, talk, be here today to heal, to laugh, to plan for our future, plan for the next 3 months. And if we don't make that goal, it's okay because we're still putting it into existence. I'm going to be wanting to be accountable to my friends here, my family here, and help them with their goals. And they can help me with my goals as well. So thank you, Creator, for the blessings that you provided me, the laughter, the healing that I needed for today. Continue to watch over these amazing individuals in our community, these amazing individuals that are here tonight. Continue to watch over them, love them, allow them to know that they matter, to know that they've made a difference in my life, to know that I love them and I appreciate them and I lift them up. So, Creator, just watch over them, watch over those that are struggling with pain, with grief, with death, with sickness. Keep them healthy, wealthy, and safe. Continue to love them as they've loved me. Continue to bless them as they've blessed me. Continue to watch over them as you've watched over me. Thank you, Creator. Thank you. Thank you, Ta'a. All right, guys. Thank you for your love tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending time with me. I will be back. It's on my goal. I'll be back on the 28th or the 30th, a Friday or a Sunday. I think Fridays probably work better. But thank you for being here. I will see you soon. And have a great night and have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.